Okay, a wrestling related video now. I just saw TRUTHSLAYER's video about hope and finding hope and giving up hope or whatever, and yeah, it is very apt. Hope is running thin for me as a wrestling fan of any current product these days. When it comes to TNA, I pretty much gave up on them at the end of 2007, really. Just when they had that 2-hour Impact deal, Impact came from being like 1 hour of crap to 2 hours of crap, and quite literally I couldn't fathom it anymore. You know, I've occasionally watched Impact since then, and I've watched the odd pay-per-view maybe, but it's not something that I've like watched constantly or had a constant interest in. Sure, I've looked around at like vids on YouTube and stuff, and I've listened to it in your head online every week, 'cause they're entertaining guys and they tell me what's going on and stuff. But yeah, well, that's TNA, ROH, Ring of Honor. That's always been something that's been kind of like hard for me to get into, based on the fact that their shows are like DVD based, really, and every DVD or pay-per-view I've watched of them until like kind of last year, beginning of or middle of, I've really enjoyed. And then they had this TV deal and their shows get uploaded on YouTube, and I tried to watch a few of these, but it just didn't have the spark of some of those events that I watched on DVD or pay-per-view, and I've not gone back to watch it since, just because, I don't know, I just haven't felt like investing my time in it. It just hasn't had the spark. I bet there is some good wrestling, and I may like check out a few matches, but there's just not the spark to hold my interest every week. And now with WWE, like, I think to a lot of wrestling fans that have watched me on this channel, I've probably come across as some kind of like WWE mark, but really, if anything, I'm a mark for what the WWF was. And I've been looking back at like most of the old stuff now. I haven't watched any WWE programming since Hell in a Cell, and I don't really intend to anymore, to be honest, because there's not a lot that's interesting me. I mean, there is some like great young wrestlers. Oh, I was about to call them superstars. Ugh. But yeah, there's just nothing. Just the way it's being shown isn't really interesting me. The Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, I watched a bit of that, and I just thought, God, people have to pay. People pay for this. You know, that CM Punk Undertaker match just really disheartened me. It was going good, the action was good in it, but it was so short, and it was just sad to see Undertaker being hardly immobile anymore, and oh, it just depressed me quite a bit, to be honest. But yeah, I haven't watched any WWE since then, and I'm not really planning on doing that. But what I'm going to talk about now is like a few things that would give me interest in watching WWE again. Before that though, I have to say it's Bound for Glory tonight. TNA's Bound for Glory, and I don't watch many TNA pay-per-views per year now, but I think some of this I may give a go, purely on the fact that the last two Bound for Glories really entertained me, and also I'm really curious to see how Abyss and Mick Foley will do in a match. I think it could be good, but it probably won't live up to any expectations. But everything TRUTHSLAYER said about that card to me is true, you know. There's just not a lot of hope there. There's always something going to go wrong when it's TNA and Vince Russo booking. But yeah, on to like a few things that will make me interested to watch WWE again. I'm not saying I'm never going to watch it again. I probably will like dip into SmackDown next week or watch a bit of Bragging Rights, but there's nothing that's really clicking and making me think, ah, I've got to watch all the shows this week. Who knows what's going to happen? Alright, first things first. Something that will get me interested to watch it again. Obviously, McGuinness and Danielson coming in, But with that's just out of curiosity to see what they'd do. I mean, the matches I've seen these two have against each other in Ring of Honor have just made me think this is what wrestling's all about, and have evoked the feelings that I got from watching Bret Hart against Stone Cold Steve Austin back in '97 and '96. They were awe-inspiring wrestlers, and I'm sure like, their style won't be as hard-hitting when they go to WWE, and I'm not really going to speculate what's going to happen with them, but I'm thinking with their talent, they have what it takes to go far. You know, be a CM Punk rather than a Colt Cabana or Jamie Noble, you know. But you just don't know, do you? And I think the curiosity of that will make me interested to tune in. Another thing, Degeneration X. I'm sick of fucking DX. No, I don't want to ever see them again, and to me it's a waste of Shawn Michaels. I'd rather see Shawn Michaels have a feud with Legacy on his own, to be honest, and just like elevate in that way, because Triple H, for me, he just ruins everything, you know. I think, you know, my opinion on Triple H, he is a good wrestler and he's had good matches, but he's in that kind of bland, formulaic mould, and it's just the silver spoon syndrome and all that, and it's like, oh, just leave Shawn Michaels alone to have a good feud and elevate some people before he retires, please, and stop like ruining your own show, like, and stuff, by like being DX and breaking kayfabe and shit like that. Another thing, Randy Orton and John Cena and Triple H. Get Randy Orton a new fucking opponent, please. Elevate someone. It's easy to do. An obvious choice months ago would have been MVP. They could have done something with that, and if they didn't fire Kennedy, that could have been something. But no, it just didn't happen, and it's been this revolving circle of Orton versus Triple H or Cena, and I don't want to see an hour-long match between them. You know, I have mixed feelings on that, but this isn't what this video is about. Randy Orton needs a new fucking opponent, because it's just driving me insane. I just don't want to see the guy, you know, because I know that Cena and Triple H are just the only people that he's going to be against, and it sucks. I know this might be a mad idea, but maybe like turn Jack Swagger face and just become a real competitive wrestler like he really is, you know, an athletic kind of an amateur wrestler type, like how Kurt Angle was back in the day, you know, and saying stuff like, I want your title, Orton, you're full of shit, I'm after you. You know, you never know, he could be good. Sure, he's got that look of a cocky heel, and like that's what he's probably naturally is going to be, but I don't just take a risk, give something like that a go. Another thing, what have I gone over? DX, Orton, Triple H, and yeah, McGuinness and Danielson. Edge returning. I know Edge is out, and it probably won't be till next year, but I really miss Edge. I want to see Edge back, doing what he does best, and I think it will be interesting to see him as a babyface if he is going to return as a babyface, and I'm hoping, I'm saying this now, I think he's going to return at the Royal Rumble and win the Royal Rumble, and I hope that's going to happen. I doubt it, I don't know how long he's injured for, but I really miss Edge, and I'd love to see him back, and that'll make me tune in. And one last thing, the long shot, the thing that everyone talks about, John Cena going heel at long last, that'll send shockwaves through the industry if done right, of Hogan proportions. If done right, that could be fucking awesome, but it's just not going to happen, is it? You know, it's just not going to happen for ages. Because, in a way, WWE may be stupid to do so, but in another way, it could be smart and trigger some more interest to see what is going to happen with this product. Anyway, I may give TNA Bound for Glory a go tonight, and I may do a video on it if I do indeed see it, but who knows what I'm going to do. At the moment, I'm watching some DVDs, you know, SmackDown, Stone Cold, and Necro Butcher. But yeah, that's my video on how I feel about wrestling and what WWE could do to draw my interest back, which probably won't happen at all. And I hope TRUTHSLAYER accept this as a response. I'm not sure if it's totally responded to everything he said, but I'm just like saying my thoughts about hope and what I want. Okay, cheers.